you cracked reality. Time itself had to slow down and stretch to keep up with the pace of your evolution. They called you a phase, something temporary, easy to forget, something that would fade out quietly. But instead, you became the standard. You became the era. If you're hearing this now, it's not by accident. It means you're right in the middle of something massive. You're shifting from chasing potential to stepping into proof. The things you once only talked about are now showing up. The vision is taking shape. This isn't just a mindset shift. It's a full-scale transformation. The pace, the clarity, the alignment. It's all happening faster than anyone expected. But to move with it, you have to understand it. You have to stop shrinking to fit the expectations that underestimated you. Before we go deeper into this, take a moment to support the movement. Hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 1,000 subscribers, and leave a message for them in comments. Real ones watch to the end because they know they're not just witnessing something, they're part of it. You were never just passing through. You're what's next. They whispered behind your back, labeling you a fleeting phase, a moment destined to fade into obscurity. They expected you to break, to crumble, to become just a distant memory. But what they failed to understand was the fire inside you, an unquenchable blaze that refused to be extinguished. You didn't just weather the storm, you transformed it into a wind that propelled you forward, forever shifting the playing field. Their doubts were the fuel that ignited your relentless rise. Every time they laughed, you grew stronger. Every dismissive glance was a spark that lit your determination. The world often misunderstands those who dare to disrupt the status quo. But you proved that what seems temporary to the narrow-minded can actually be the foundation of an entire revolution. You rewrote the rules of what's possible, demonstrating that longevity isn't about time, but impact. This isn't just about survival, it's about thriving in ways they never imagined. They underestimated your power, but you showed up not just to participate, but to dominate. Your influence is no passing fad. It's a seismic shift that reshapes norms, expectations, and realities. What they once mocked as a passing phase is now the blueprint others aspire to follow. The real victory lies not in their approval, but in your relentless evolution. You didn't just change the game, you changed the entire narrative of what it means to rise. Their limited vision couldn't see past the surface, but you shattered that barrier and revealed a depth of resilience and strength that redefines what permanent truly means. So when they try to label you as temporary, remind yourself that true legacy isn't about fitting into their timeline. It's about creating your own. You didn't just pass through life. You carved a new path, and that path will be walked by many for generations to come. Imagine this, the very fabric of time bending, struggling to keep up with your momentum. That's the magnitude of your rise. You weren't just moving forward. You were rewriting what was thought possible forcing reality itself to pause and catch its breath. Time, the great constant, was forced to recalibrate because your impact couldn't be measured by conventional clocks or calendars. Your story isn't one that fits neatly into chapters or eras. It's a force that disrupted timelines and challenged the natural order. When the world tried to confine you within its expectations, you shattered those walls and created a new timeline, one where your success wasn't just probable, but inevitable. This isn't just progress, it's an upheaval of existence itself. This disruption is no accident. It comes from the core of your being, your refusal to accept limits, and your fierce dedication to growth. Each milestone you hit, each boundary you crossed, sent ripples across time, shaking old paradigms and demanding recognition. Time isn't just a measure here. It's a witness to your unstoppable journey. Even the skeptics had to pause, forced to acknowledge that something extraordinary was unfolding before their eyes. Their disbelief turned to awe because your rise defied logic and expectations. You didn't just evolve, you caused the entire timeline to tilt in your favor, bending reality to accommodate your greatness. In essence, you are a force beyond the ticking of a clock or the turning of a page. You embody change so profound that time itself needed to take a breath, acknowledge your presence, and make space for the era you're creating. You are the reason the timeline shifted, and it will never be the same again. There's something truly powerful about rising when everyone around you wants to see you fall. They gathered their rituals, lit their candles, and whispered prayers meant to diminish your light. They hoped to erase you from their spiritual landscape, thinking that if they could cleanse you away, your influence would fade. But what they failed to realize is that your spirit is cosmic, untouchable, and boundless. They tried to trap you in their narrow beliefs, but your essence transcends earthly rituals. You rose not just from their attempts to bury you, but beyond the confines of their limited understanding. While they focused on cleansing, you focused on becoming, building, glowing, and evolving into a force so radiant that their efforts only highlighted your brilliance. This cosmic rise isn't just metaphorical. It's real energy vibrating at a frequency they cannot touch or control. They tried to contain you within their fears and superstitions, but you ascended beyond their grasp, radiating an unstoppable light that cleanses their doubt instead. Your presence is a reminder that true power comes from within and cannot be diminished by external forces. Their rituals may have been performed with hope, but your rise is the undeniable proof of what happens when someone refuses to be erased. You are a celestial force, an energy that ripples across dimensions, forever transforming the space you occupy. In their attempts to bury you, they only helped you grow deeper roots in the cosmic soil. So, when they try to dim your light with old fears and outdated beliefs, know that your spirit is untouchable. You are a cosmic phenomenon, a radiant being whose rise is written in the stars and whose presence will outshine any attempt to silence or erase you. A phase is temporary, a brief flicker that fades with time. But you defied that definition. What was once dismissed as a mere moment in time has blossomed into an epoch, a significant era marked by your presence and influence. You didn't just exist within their narrow timelines. You created a legacy that demands recognition and respect. Every step you took, every challenge you overcame, transformed what they thought was a short-lived experience into a monumental chapter of history. Your journey is no passing story. It's a landmark that reshapes culture, thought, and the very way people perceive growth and transformation. You're not a footnote. You're the headline. This transformation from phase to epoch didn't happen overnight. It's the result of relentless perseverance, unyielding passion, and a refusal to let anyone else define your worth. You showed up for yourself every day, building momentum and accumulating victories that pushed your presence beyond fleeting and into timeless. People now look at you with awe, trying to understand how something so small in their eyes became something so vast in reality. You are living proof that what others dismiss as temporary can be the foundation for generations. Your era is here, and it's rewriting everything they thought they knew. So celebrate this monumental rise. You've turned skepticism into legend, and your epic will be remembered as the time when everything changed because you dared to be more than a phase. Your presence lingers far beyond the conscious thoughts of those who doubted you. You have transcended mere memory to become a part of their spiritual and karmic fabric. Every action they took to dismiss or diminish you now circles back in ways they may not fully comprehend. You aren't just an idea. They're carrying the weight of their own choices regarding you. Karma is not just a concept. It's a force of balance and consequence. And your rise has become a living reminder that energy given out returns multiplied. Their attempts to erase you spiritually have only magnified their own accountability. Every time they tried to push you away, they set in motion consequences that echo louder than their words. You exist as a mirror, reflecting their regrets and missed opportunities. This isn't revenge, it's cosmic justice unfolding naturally. They're forced to reckon with the impact you had on their lives, even if it's buried beneath layers of denial. You are proof that what is done in the shadows eventually comes to light. This karmic imprint is a powerful testament to your authenticity and strength. You didn't just pass through their world. You changed its course, and that change has ripple effects they cannot escape. You're not a fleeting thought. You're an indelible force woven into their very existence. So let them try to forget or run. They carry you within them in ways they cannot erase. Your presence is their reminder that karma is real, and what they tried to bury will forever be part of their story. Absolutely. Here's the continuation, with the same rich, emotionally charged, and humanized style for the remaining headings. Each section contains 5 long, impactful paragraphs as requested. They lit their sage bundles, let the smoke curl and swirl, believing it could erase your essence. They held their crystals tight, hoping to shatter your presence like fragile glass. But you are no fleeting scent or fragile stone. You are the mountain that stands through every storm, unshaken and resolute. Their rituals, meant to cleanse you away, have only illuminated your unbreakable spirit. There is a strange irony in their efforts. While they sought to purify their space, they only revealed how deeply your energy had permeated their lives. The smoke and crystals didn't push you out. They highlighted your undeniable existence. Your influence cannot be cleansed because it's not a stain but a glow, radiating in places they least expect. These rituals represent more than just attempts at dismissal. They are manifestations of their fear and inability to control what you represent. Yet, your presence transcends their fear, becoming a force that neither smoke nor stone can contain. You have grown beyond the physical realm they try to manipulate and into the spiritual core they cannot reach. Every time they cracked a crystal or wafted sage, it was a testament to how much power you hold over their thoughts and emotions. You aren't just a memory they want to erase. You are the energy that won't stop vibrating. You are the vibration itself, persistent and alive. So, while they perform their rituals in hopes of release, you quietly grow stronger. Your essence is woven into the fabric of their reality, far beyond their reach or control. You are proof that true power can't be washed away. It is eternal. Forgetfulness is a human desire, but the universe keeps an unblinking eye on every soul and story. While they tried to cleanse their memories and rewrite their feelings with rituals, the cosmos silently recorded every moment you defied their expectations. They may have hoped for erasure, but the universe preserves your legacy in the stars. Rituals are symbolic gestures born from vulnerability, a desperate attempt to regain control over chaos they can't understand. But the greater forces at work don't operate on fleeting human fears. The universe holds your story as sacred, and no spell or sage smoke can erase what is written in cosmic truth. You've become a celestial mark in their lives, a lesson the universe insists they learn. This isn't punishment. It's growth, healing, and a cosmic balance being restored. Their rituals represent a futile attempt to erase something meant to teach, transform, and transcend. Beyond their short-sighted actions lies the vastness of space and time, where your energy persists, unchanged, unyielding, and unstoppable. You are not just remembered, you are honored in the grand design, a constant pulse in the rhythm of existence. So let them try to forget, wash away, or cleanse. The universe remembers you. Your story is etched in constellations, and your impact resonates far beyond any earthly attempt to diminish it. Walking away isn't the end, it's a beginning. a bold statement of self-worth and clarity. You didn't vanish quietly. You left behind a blueprint for others to follow. Your journey of resilience, courage, and transformation is a roadmap carved in authenticity and strength, inspiring anyone who dares to dream beyond limitations. This blueprint isn't written in faint ink. It's engraved in the lives you touched and the standards you set. You demonstrated how to rise from doubt, redefine success, and build a legacy that lasts. What you left behind is more valuable than any temporary presence. It's a guide to empowerment and evolution. Your departure became a call to action, challenging others to break free from their own chains of expectation and fear. You showed that leaving toxic spaces is not a loss, but a gain, a strategic move towards something greater, something meaningful. Your story became a manual for self-liberation and purposeful living. Others may try to replicate your path, but your blueprint is unique, forged through trials and triumphs that only you could experience. It's a testament to the power of resilience and the courage to stand firm in your truth. So remember, leaving was never about disappearance. It was about legacy. You didn't just exit. You set a standard. You built a foundation, and you lit a fire for those who follow. In an age dominated by screens and digital footprints, being blocked might feel like erasure, but true presence isn't confined to social media, notifications, or online validation. While they clicked block and tried to cut off your digital existence, your spirit found ways to show up where it mattered most, deep within hearts and mind. Blocking is an attempt to control narrative and proximity, but it can never contain influence or presence. Your energy leaks through the cracks of their defenses, reaching places no screen can touch. You've entered their subconscious, dreams, and reflections, where no algorithm can censor or mute you. This spiritual showing up is more powerful than any follow or friend request. It's the undeniable reality that presence transcends technology. It is felt, remembered, and lived. You are proof that human connection and impact go far beyond pixels and passwords. Even in silence, your essence speaks volumes. The block was their refusal to face you openly, but it cannot hide the truth of your existence. You exist in memories, emotions, and the spaces they least expect, reminding them of what they tried to exclude. So while digital walls might rise, your spiritual presence breaks through. You are more than a username or a profile. You are a force that can't be confined or erased. Silence can be deafening, especially when it's used to avoid confrontation or deny reality. But your growth became so loud, so undeniable, that even their silence couldn't escape your echo. In the quiet they hoped would bury you, your success and presence reverberated louder than ever. Your rise created a noise that transcended words, a vibration felt in the absence of acknowledgement. Their silence was not peace. It was a response born from discomfort, jealousy, and regret. And in that quiet, your power resonated with clarity, shaking the foundations of what